Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I thought I would demonstrate for you guys a little bit of what I'm doing at the moment to build my chest, because I know that right now to build a massive bench press I have to have a bigger chest, and I need complete chest development, and I can't really play around with it anymore. Right? So the things that we are using here are pretty straightforward. You guys are going to see me pause benching. You're going to see me pause incline benching, all for reps, and then I'm going to be doing pullovers. And I think I should probably discuss this in a little more detail. All right, a little more detail as to what I'm doing. And some of this I think I'm going to work more and more with beltless stuff. Try to build my wrist strength up and pull the wrist straps off, and I want to see how I can do with the benching. But, the thing is, I took incline out before, and what happened? My bench press regressed, right? My bench press regressed. And this is all footage from within the last week, so I'm just kind of putting it up for you guys. This isn't going to be a backlogged video. A lot of times these are backlogged by 60 videos. I'm like, let me just do one of these and then put it up here today. Let's just put it up here today. And the reason I grabbed this, I'm like, I just hit kind of a rep PR on the incline. You guys see me doing 9 reps here, 45-degree incline, most of them paused. I got a little excited, not gonna lie. I was just hoping to get 6, maybe 7 reps on this today. And when I unracked it, even without the wrist wraps, it felt light. So I got really excited because I knew I had a PR as soon as I unracked it. And, maybe didn't do the best I could on pausing the first couple reps. But the thing is, I took the incline out and then my bench regressed a little. Now, is part of it the heat, part of it the fatigue from all that? I think it is. But I know that the incline carries over, and I also know that the incline stretches my whole upper chest in a way that other exercises do not. And the thing is, I've noticed since I've started doing the pullovers, now I started doing these maybe a week before I discussed them at all on camera. Then we had a bit of a synchronicity occur. That conversation came up, in the podcast with Jamie Lewis, and he and I talked later about it, quite a bit. And, it's like, man, let's push pullovers. He's like, they've helped me a lot with what I'm doing. I know they'll help you. I've done the research, old school. He's like, pullovers, man. I talked to my bro, Nikola, who a lot of people have chimed in and said, wow, like, you're friends with that guy for a really long time. Yeah, over a decade. Like, he's hardcore, and the guy is just jacked and strong, well into his 40s also. Nico and I talked about those. Like, he's a big advocate for the pullover also. Okay, he's a big advocate for the pullover, right? And I've realized it's probably the next missing thing I probably need here. And I have to quit thinking like so many of these equipped powerlifters, traditional powerlifting, that it's all triceps. Because look how strong my triceps got. Even when my bench regressed a little with the incline gone, look at the JM press numbers I was putting up. JM presses went up. I did tons and tons of tricep work. And I still feel like my triceps need to get bigger, right? They need to get bigger. But I hammered them and hammered them and hammered them. And they don't seem to always, right now, be directly correlated, even when I assess the bar path. And then I realize the incline carries over. But then I look at the pullovers, and I know I have scapular mobility issues. All right, I know I have issues with my subacromial process and my shoulders being too small. Right, the gap is too small. It's affecting my ability to do pull-ups, overhead work, everything. Okay, and I used to be really good at pull-ups. I'm like, I want to get back to that. But then I've noticed this puts that other stretch on my chest. And that's kind of the thing, and I will take something from Louis Simmons. Louis Simmons always says, look, if you have an exercise that knows increases your bench, do that exercise, but then you need to ask, how do you bring that exercise up? Well, that's a good question. The incline for me tends to be somewhat limited by, again, my shoulder mobility, the sheer tightness on it. It can be really painful. I noticed today, after having really started pushing the pullovers, it didn't feel that way. And that's one reason I think I got that rep PR. And I might have been able to get a 10th rep. So I'm like, what if I just keep pushing this? I need to get really strong at the incline. My flat bench will go up. As long as I'm doing some heavy rep work on the flat bench, it'll go up. I want to put a lot of effort into that incline. Does that mean I'm going to neglect my triceps? No, but I might go back to phases of a lot of just band work. Because here's the thing, if all my pressing strength goes up, my triceps are going to grow from just the volume of it. I could alternate band work anytime skull crushers and stuff start to inflame the tendons, which work great for my tendons. Remember, I did tons of band work and everyone said it wasn't going to work, and then I got my close grip bench way up. After a couple months of really hardcore band work, I hit a 365 close grip. Okay? So, the point here is that will always make my triceps stronger if I need to. But my chest really has to be the priority right now. I am a long arm raw bencher. I'm not trying to close grip it, not trying to run a massive arch, not trying to cut the range of motion way down. I want to press from a dead stop. I want a nice, solid bench that no one can disrespect. But here's the other thing. No one can disrespect a strong incline either. It's like that's something he mentioned to me also. He's like, look, 405 bench is great and everything, but if you can incline 405, like nobody, he's like, that's it, the conversation's over. Like, and that's a good point. And I'm not saying I'll be able to get to a 405 incline, but maybe I will. Maybe if I really take it seriously, I will. Now, pullovers also work triceps. So all these exercises are still working my triceps. They're all working my shoulders. But again, the pecs, I've got to get a bigger chest. I have to. And so then I have to look at these things and go, what exercises have been successful? All right, my chest has gotten bigger just from all this pause benching with the pinkies on the rings and going away from the close grip. The incline has helped also. Okay. But what about then that stretch we get from the pullover? We're now stretching the pectorals into a different angle. We're also building a lot of support musculature. We're building a lot of mobility that will also carry over to that incline. And if the incline goes up, my bench is going to be big. So let's look at that. What happens if I get my incline to 315 for 5? Let's quit thinking in terms of me saying, 225 for 10, 275 for 5. Well, why can't I get it to 315 for 5? If I can keep my shoulder health on point, why can't we? So this is some stuff I want to mess with for a while. Again, this is where we level up again. We did good. Look, I got 335 for 5, 315 for 8 earlier this summer before the heat got really bad. We got up to the next tier. All right, how do we get to the next level? I think fixing my shoulder mobility. I think the pullovers. Okay, this is how we get to the next tier. Right, this is how we get to the next tier. Become legit strong in a way that nobody can question. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.